Part 55. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 541. After knowing Li Yang's strength, the two demon clan masters turned around and left, and they separated. Diamond suit. Haha, weren't you very angry just now? What are you going to do now? Looking at these two monsters, Li Yang laughed. Call out. Remember the domain name of this website, Taiwan Novel Network Rightward Arrow. Using the Chixiao combat boots, his speed was extremely astonishing, and he was in front of the wolf monster in the blink of an eye. Stab it! With another wave of the spear, the wolf monster screamed and flew backwards. Seeing this, the other monster continued to escape, heading in another direction, not caring about the life or death of this wolf monster. The two of them joined forces and were completely crushed by Li Yang. They continued to fight with Li Yang. In the end, there was only one outcome, that is, they were both killed by Li Yang. Now only one can escape. The wolf monster screamed, and the aura fluctuations on its body dropped by more than half. Going to die. The wolf monster knew that he was about to die. There was fear and unwillingness in his eyes, but more importantly, anger. He looked at Li Yang and said angrily, "Human, who are you?" He was about to fall, and he didn't know whose hands he fell into. At this time, he did not associate the strong man in front of him with the human genius at all. Hungsu explodes with strength that surpasses the 3 series of gods, but it definitely relies on many trump cards, such as weapons in hand, god crystals, etc. Really speaking, Hungsu has the basic foundation of having 2 series of gods. The strong human beings in front of us definitely have the foundation of the gods of the 4th series. Only by relying on the god crystals and artifacts in their hands can they reach the foundation of the gods of the 5th series. The difference in strength between the gods of the 2nd series and the gods of the 4th series is 100 times. This 100-fold gap would definitely take a long time for even a peerless genius like Hungsu to overcome. He did not associate the human being in front of him with Hungsu, and it was even more impossible for him to think that the human being in front of him was Li Yang. At this time, in the hearts of the powerful monster clan, Li Yang's performance was probably not as good as Hungsu's. "You are going to die, what's the use of knowing?" Li Yang said lightly. "Stab it!" Another attack came out, and the wolf monster, the powerful 3-line god of the monster clan, died immediately. Before, the two monsters teamed up to perform that special attack, and they were barely close to the strength of the 4 series gods. Now that they are separated alone, their strength immediately drops sharply. At most, they are only 3 or 4 times the strength of the 3 gods. Facing Li Yang, they are naturally killed easily. It's really easy. Looking at the corpse of the monster in front of him, Li Yang sighed. He could still recall the time when he was assassinated outside the Xingyu clan, and the person who took action was a 3rd-line god from the demon clan. Diamond suit. At that time, he only felt that such powerful men were out of reach and extremely powerful. He was like an ant, unable to resist at all. But now, only a short time has passed, and an out-of-reach god of the 3 elements has been easily killed by him. There is one more person. Li Yang looked into the distance with cold eyes. Brush. With a wave of his right hand, he put away the corpse of the powerful demon clan in front of him, and then chased another demon clan. Human. Seeing Li Yang attacking so quickly, another strong man from the demon clan knew that he could not escape, and he said angrily, "Don't be proud, if you kill us, someone from our demon clan will also kill you." They have the largest gathering of strong men from the demon clan around them. If the news here spreads, there will definitely be strong men from the demon clan looking for Li Yang. There's so much nonsense. After hearing the words of this powerful demon clan man, Li Yang's expression was indifferent, and he shot out the spear in his hand. With only 2 or 3 attacks, this 3 series god was also killed. After being low-key and lurking for such a long time, Li Yang just started to sharpen his skills, and after a small test, he easily killed 2 3-series gods. 1 high-level artifact, 1 medium artifact, and 2 ordinary artifacts. After killing the 2 men, Li Yang quickly took stock of his gains, with a smile on his face. Killing people and grabbing treasures is always the fastest way to gain wealth. Let's go. Keep looking for the target. Li Yang's eyes were shining with light and he had no intention of stopping. Call out. His figure fluttered, looking for other aliens again. An hour later, a god from the 3rd element of the Metal Clan was killed by him. 5 hours later, a god from the 3rd system of the Fire Tribe was killed by him. 1 day later, a total of 4 members of a team of 3 series gods from the Demon Clan were killed by Li Yang. Because now everyone is encircling and suppressing Hongsu. Hongsu's strength can easily defeat the gods of the 3rd system, so the gods of the 2nd system must not come. Almost all the gods who come to encircle and suppress him are the gods of the 3rd system. As for the gods of the 4th series and the gods of the 5th series who are far away, even if they have come, their number must be very small, so the probability of Li Yang encountering them is naturally very small. The killing continues. As time goes by, more and more powerful foreign gods fall into the hands of Li Yang. Monster Clan, on the extremely huge mountain peak, a black giant python looked down. Have you found any traces of human beings? Mang Yuan asked in a deep voice. Master Mang Yuan, we haven't found it yet. The monster below shook his head. What a waste. It's been a year and we still haven't discovered the whereabouts of human Hongsu. Can we just let him grow like this? Mang Yuan said angrily. At this time, Hongsu is undoubtedly the greatest threat in Mang Yuan's heart, and it must be eradicated as soon as possible. Boom. At this moment, another figure flew from not far away. Master Mang Yuan, I have something important to report, the figure said quickly. What's going on? The giant black python looked at the approaching monster and said in a deep voice. Lord Mang Yuan, the monster below was trembling. He knew that speaking this matter would definitely make Mang Yuan furious, but he still said, on the killing battlefield, in the area surrounding the human genius Hongsu, an extremely powerful human warrior appeared. He should be a 4th system god, but relying on the treasures on his body, he can exert the strength of a 5th system god. In 1 day, 6 3-system gods from our demon clan have died in his hands. What? The strength of the 5 gods. Upon hearing this, Mang Yuan's expression suddenly became more gloomy. Damn the human race, they are so brave. Generally speaking, even if you kill on the killing battlefield, you will be very careful because no one knows what is going on around you and whether there are other strong people. It is possible to deal with a foreigner who spreads the news in an instant, and then a stronger member of the foreigner's race comes around. In this case, the consequences can be imagined. Therefore, even if it means killing, many strong people will not blatantly continue to hunt. Once I got lucky and hunted other strong men, but there were no strong men around. But after a few times, there might be a top expert around, and in this case, the possibility of falling into crisis is very high. As long as he makes one mistake, death will be waiting for him. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 542. There is no space teleportation array in the killing battlefield. Once targeted or caught up, the probability of death is very high. Mang Yuan's face was extremely gloomy. They were now hunting the human genius Hongsu, but Hongsu was not found. They actually quickly killed 6 3-line gods. There are strong human beings who are going against the grain and are hunting the gods of their demon clan. Master Mang Yuan, what should we do? The monster below asked quickly. Mang Yuan's face was gloomy and he said, we must not let go of the human strongman who dares to kill so many of our demon clan experts. In a few days, our demon clan's 5-element god Bolun will arrive in the area where Hongsu is. When that human dares to take action again, death awaits him. Bolun, that is a true god of the 5 series, and with the powerful artifacts and various other trump cards on his body, he is fully capable of killing fake gods of the 5 series like Li Yang. The demon clan was furious because of Li Yang's action, but Li Yang was in a very happy mood at this time. Haha, so happy. In a short period of time, one after another powerful alien gods fell into his hands. 3 series of gods, this can be called a powerful god. For example, Emperor Yang Yuan only has a few 3-line gods under his command. Continue. At this time, Li Yang had no idea of stopping. His figure fluttered and flew into the distance again, looking for the target. Time flies, and 4 days have passed in the blink of an eye. I got 2 more artifacts. In the void, Li Yang took stock of his gains. Beside him, there was a strong alien. However, the aura fluctuations on the strong alien's body had completely disappeared, and he had obviously been killed by Li Yang. In a short period of time, the number of aliens who died in Li Yang's hands has reached 25. These are all 3 series gods, and they basically all have artifacts on them. At this time, Li Yang already had 40 artifacts on his body. This was simply unthinkable before. Walk. Li Yang's figure fluttered and soon came to another place. Huh, he looked into the distance and his eyes lit up. Haha, it's the monster clan again. The monster clan and I are really destined. With a smile on his lips, Li Yang flew directly to a certain place. In another void, a leopard-like monster with 6 races was flying. This monster exuded its soul and enveloped a large area. Human vision is limited and can only see a certain distance, but by emitting souls, one can easily see the surrounding areas, just like radar. The more powerful the soul, the larger the detection area will naturally be. Although Li Yang is in the world realm at this time, his soul is not weaker than the gods at all. Human gun. At this time, this leopard-like monster apparently also discovered Li Yang. Audience. His face changed slightly, and he ran away without hesitation. At the same time, he secretly spread the news quickly. Although it only lasted a few days, word spread about Li Yang's reputation. It was unreasonable for him to kill foreigners whenever he saw them. However, no one knows the name of this strong human being, but the weapon he uses is a spear, so he is directly called a human gun. In a short period of time, Li Yang has already gained quite a reputation. Be careful. A strong human appears in this area. His strength barely reaches the level of a 5-element god. He kills everyone he sees. This is a lunatic. If you see him, stay away. Many interracial news spread. BA 69 new. Not only the strong aliens, but also the strong human beings have received some news. Haha, a strong man appeared among us humans and killed many aliens. Good kill. These alien races are surrounding us, the human genius Hungsu. Now our strong men will kill them. Who is that gun? I don't even know him. I don't know him either. He might have been a strong man who had been lurking in a certain star continent and practicing in a low-key manner. It's coming soon. Since he has shown such strength, this gun will probably join our alliance of human gods soon. Then we can get to know him. Every strong person in the human race was discussing. It can be said that in a short period of time, Li Yang has achieved quite a reputation with his killings. The key is that other strong men are very careful when killing, but Li Yang has no scruples and will kill foreigners whenever he sees them. No matter what the other party says, they just kill. Such people are the most feared by others. Under the exploration of his soul, Li Yang saw the powerful demon clan god fleeing and immediately chased after him. Haha, monster race, don't you like to fight against me, the human race? Now that you see me, how can you choose to escape? Li Yang laughed. Human gun. The leopard monster said angrily, you are too bold. You have killed so many strong men of our monster clan, as well as strong men of other clans. You will definitely be killed. There was anger on his face, but at this time, there was a faint look of excitement in the eyes of this leopard monster. This human gun is so bold. It's a pity that he doesn't know that Bolun, the five-element god of our demon clan, has arrived, and he happens to be not far from me. The news has been spread, and Bolun will arrive quickly. When the time comes, that's when the human gun fell. Why do many strong men dare not kill so unscrupulously in the killing battlefield? It's because they don't know what strong men are around. For example, this time there are 5 gods of the demon clan near Buren. In the eyes of this demon god, the human gun was already on the death list and could not escape at all. At this time, not far from Li Yang, a huge demon beast with a ferocious appearance and a bit like a rat stood in the void. Its eyes were small, but it had 6 pairs of eyes. The momentum fluctuations emanating from its body reached an extremely strong level. The huge demon beast like a rat looked at the information sent by other demon masters. Did Dihai encounter the human gun? Are you pretending to escape? The face of the demon beast like a rat was slightly gloomy, and a trace of murderous intent flashed in his eyes. Very good, human gun, killed so many powerful people of my demon clan, today is the day of your fall. Boom. The extremely terrifying aura fluctuations emanated from his body, and this momentum fluctuation was undoubtedly much stronger than that of Li Yang. This demon rat was obviously the 5-element god Buren. Whoosh! Buren's figure was rioting, and he quickly flew towards Li Yang. At his speed, it won't take long for him to reach Li Yang. Boom! On the other side, Li Yang's figure was rioting, and he quickly came to the side of the demon god Dihai. Stay! Li Yang's face was calm, but he was ruthless, and the spear in his hand stabbed out like lightning. Get out! Seeing Li Yang's attack, the demon beast Dihai roared, and the momentum fluctuations on his body suddenly burst out, which was 10 times stronger than what he had just shown. This demon beast Dihai obviously disguised his strength and was deliberately delaying time. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 543. 4 series of gods. Feeling the fluctuations on the monster's body, Li Yang's expression changed slightly. The monster in front of me just showed the power of the 3 gods, but it was unexpectedly hidden. In fact, this is one of the reasons why the killing fields dare not take action at will. Li Yang disguised himself, and the strong monsters of the demon race would naturally also disguise themselves. Even if the disguise was not very clever, most gods would not be able to see it through a little disguise and would not know what his strength was. You may have provoked a top powerhouse. This will undoubtedly be delivered to your door. Although this Dihai is a 4 series god, his trump card is undoubtedly not as good as Li Yang's, and his strength is still inferior to Li Yang. Under an attack, the demon god Dihai flew directly backwards. Human guns are both gods of the 4 series. Even if your treasure is stronger than mine, it's impossible for you to kill me. Although he was repelled, the demon clan Dihai was not afraid at all and said angrily. That's not necessarily the case, Li Yang said lightly. His figure fluttered, and the spear in his hand kept thrusting out. It just so happens that it's hard for me to meet an opponent, and the monster in front of me is just a living target. Li Yang is now constantly practicing his marksmanship. Fighting against those phantoms is completely different from fighting against the actual strong man. This is the first 4 series god that Li Yang has encountered. He is only slightly weaker than him and is just used for experiments. In fact, this is also the most suitable. A true 5 series god, with a little use of top-level artifacts, Li Yang would be no match for him. If it really entangles him, Li Yang can't escape at all. Therefore, when meeting the true gods of the five elements, Li Yang would choose to leave without hesitation and would not stop. This move is not powerful enough. This move is too slow. This move is a little less accurate. Li Yang kept experimenting, with a look of thinking in his eyes. Despite this, every attack he made would still make the demon god Dihai fly backwards. You actually regard me as a target? Human gun, you can't kill me. You can't kill me. Regarding Li Yang's behavior, the demon clan Dihai roared angrily, with a look of madness on his face. Despite this, Dihai was getting more and more excited. Haha, this human gun has indeed taken the bait. Boran will be here in 10 minutes at most. This human gun can't escape. He was excited. He just wanted to entangle Li Yang and wait for the strong men from their demon clan to arrive. Human gun, I want to appreciate your fearful look in a while. Demon clan Dihai was looking forward to it in his heart. This human gun dares to hunt down their strong demon clan, death will be its only fate. Time continued to pass, and Li Yang was still testing his marksmanship. Boy Li Yang. At this moment, Han Mo's voice suddenly sounded in Li Yang's mind. A god from the demon clan is approaching here, and he is a god from the fifth element. 5 series of gods. Li Yang's heart moved when he heard Han Mo's words. Walk. He turned around and left without hesitation. Haha, Yaezu, I had a great time fighting this time. I'll come back to you next time. Li Yang laughed, turned around and flew quickly into the distance. At this time, the demon god Jihai was looking forward to it. In another 10 minutes, Bolan would arrive. Rightward arrow. But when he heard Li Yang's words, his expression changed slightly. Is this human gun going to leave? The strong men of their tribe are coming soon to kill this human gun. If the human gun leaves, I don't know how long it will take to meet him again next time. The killing battlefield is so huge, and everyone's soul exploration is limited. Who knows where it is? Seeing that Li Yang was really going to leave, the demon clan god Dihai became anxious and said angrily, are you going to run away if you can't kill me with a human gun? That's all you have? Don't run away if you can. He actually chased Li Yang. Haha, you want to die so much? Then I'll kill you next time. Li Yang laughed. His speed was much faster than that of the demon god Dihai, and he quickly disappeared and completely escaped from the soul of Dihai. In the void, Dihai, the 4 series god of the demon clan, had to stop, his eyes full of gloom and unwillingness. Damn it! What happened to this human gun? He left at this time? Did he find Bolan? As long as we wait a little longer, the human gun will be unable to fly. However, at this last moment, he escaped. This is most likely the discovery of Bolan. But in just a moment, this idea was rejected by Earthsea. Impossible, Buran is still 10 minutes away from here. At such a long distance, not even gods, not even the Emperor's soul can cover such a large area. Unless there is a master to investigate. There is a master on this human gun. Can't do it? It takes 10 minutes for the gods of the 5 elements to fly. You can imagine how huge this distance is. Even most emperors would not be able to explore such a large area at once. Humans can't shoot a 4 series god, and it's impossible to find Bolan. The only possibility is that there is a master in Li Yang. But a master stays with Li Yang to protect him. Is this possible? Since it's impossible, it must be a coincidence. With that in mind, Earthsea quickly sent a message. Tell the news to Boran. It is very likely that the human gun did not find Boran. Judging from the direction of his flight, Boran has a chance to catch up. After sending the message, Earthsea was waiting. More than half an hour passed. Swoosh. In the distance, a leopard-like monster flew over. Bolan looking at the monster, Dihai hurriedly asked, have you found the human gun? There was expectation in his eyes. Maybe Berlin caught up with the human gun and killed it? Hearing Dehai's words, Berlin's face was gloomy. He shook his head and said in a deep voice, "No, I searched a large area and didn't find any trace of the human gun at all." "No." Hearing what Berlin said, Dehai's face also looked ugly. "This human gun is really lucky, and he escaped. Originally, the plan was foolproof and only needed to be delayed for a while, but at the last moment, the human gun actually chose to leave. This departure made their demon clan's plan to kill the human gun fail directly." Boren's face was also gloomy. He said, "Don't worry. There will be more and more strong men from our tribe coming to this area. As long as this human gun continues to attack, there will always be a time when we will encounter him. In the next few times, he will not be as lucky as he is now. This time, the human gun was lucky and cleverly avoided their siege. But what about next time? What about the next time? There will always be a time when the human gun will fail. Once it fails, death will be waiting for the human gun." Thanks to 08A and book friend 1610261355277777 for the 100 rewards, thank you. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 544. The killing battlefield was in a remote place, and there was no one around. Only a young man stood silently. "Will the five-element god of the demon race think that I escaped because of luck?" A smile appeared on the young man's face. Obviously, this young man was Li Yang. Why is every strong man in the killing battlefield so cautious? One is that they are worried that the opponent's strength is disguised. If they provoke him suddenly, they may be killed. The second is that there may be strong men from the other tribe nearby. These two reasons make many gods dare not take action easily, not to mention Li Yang, who kills everyone he sees without any fear. Li Yang is not a stupid person, but he doesn't need to be afraid at all. The reason is naturally Han Mo. Just kidding, Han Mo is the master. The exploration of a master is enough to make Li Yang look like a god in the killing battlefield. Li Yang's current disguise is not even visible to the emperor, but in front of the master, he will definitely not be able to hide, and his true face and realm will be easily seen. Li Yang is also invincible in front of Han Mo. Li Yang is like this, not to mention the other gods on the killing battlefield. What realm each god is in, whether he is a five-element god, etc., Han Mo can see through it at a glance. Moreover, the area that Han Mo's soul can explore is far beyond the gods on the killing battlefield. For example, the five-element god of the demon clan, Buren, rushed towards Li Yang. Han Mo saw it from a distance, and Li Yang could leave calmly, and even chose other distant routes according to Buren's forward route. In this case, who can really Li Yang? Li Yang is like a god's perspective, and can choose opponents at will. So, of course, Li Yang is fearless and kills directly. The alien race and the human race have always been in a life and death relationship. When he was in the Star-Lord realm, he encountered several assassinations by alien races. No matter what method he used, he certainly had no burden in killing these alien races. Han Mo, thank you. Li Yang smiled. The demon god Dehai could not have thought that there was really a master-level strongman in his body. Li Yang, just remember your promise, Han Mo said calmly. At this time, Li Yang comprehended the fastest fire law. He had mastered 2 of the 4 mysteries and had also comprehended most of the third one. At this time, Li Yang was obviously getting closer and closer to breaking through to the god realm. When Li Yang became a god, Han Mo would start the resurrection. So, at this time, Han Mo was also helping Li Yang with all his might to help him grow faster. Don't worry, you helped me a lot. I will do my best to help you resurrect. Li Yang smiled. Han Mo did help him a lot on the road to growth. Yeah. After hearing Li Yang's words, Han Mo nodded and said nothing. He still believed in Li Yang's assurance. After so long, he naturally fully understood Li Yang's character. Since Li Yang said so, he didn't have to worry about anything. Talking to Han Mo, Li Yang looked into the distance with a light in his eyes. The demon clan sent 5 element gods to kill me this time, but unfortunately, these 5 element gods still don't make me feel afraid. He is not killing enough now. Time passed quickly, and then Li Yang's killing continued. In a void, 3 alien gods were fleeing quickly. It's the human gun. Run away. Damn it, this human gun has the strength of a 5-element god and has been hunting us. There are already dozens of gods who have fallen in his hands. Several of the 5-element gods of the demon clan have come, but they can't kill this human gun. Every time the human gun escapes. This human gun is so powerful, but he doesn't go to the core of the killing battlefield, but stays here to hunt us. This behavior is too much. The faces of the 3 gods were full of horror. During this period, the human gun has become a nightmare for the alien strongmen. Every day, there are news that gods have fallen in the hands of human guns. According to the news, the human gun is a 4-element god, but he has many treasures on his body, which can exert the strength of a 5-element god. It is easy to kill a 3-element god, and only a few attacks are needed. And during this time, they can't do anything to the human gun at all. Haha, everyone, what are you running away for? It would be great if you stay and talk. Li Yang laughed. He quickly caught up with the 3-element alien god. Human. Seeing Li Yang chasing, the alien god roared, "Don't be complacent, you are so unscrupulous, and there will always be times when you fail." He felt aggrieved. He had been extremely careful during this period, but he still encountered human guns. Haha, you don't need to worry about whether I missed or not. Li Yang laughed. He waved the Suanmi gun in his hand and easily killed the god in front of him. Then, Li Yang quickly caught up with the other 2 and killed them one by one. Li Yang, kid, there are 5-element gods from other races coming here after getting rid of the 3 people, Han Mo reminded. Okay. Hearing this, Li Yang nodded, flew quickly in one direction, and soon left here. Just a few minutes later, 2 5-element gods arrived here. Looking at their faces, one was a 5-element god from the demon race, and the other was from another race. Faced with such a crazy provocation from Li Yang, other races also wanted to kill Li Yang immediately. Damn it, the human gun escaped again. He must have a powerful treasure to detect the surrounding movements, which can detect our traces in advance. The 2 5-element gods looked at the empty surroundings, their faces extremely gloomy. 1 or 2 failed sieges don't mean anything. But it has been like this for several times, and the human gun can always leave in advance. Then it is likely that the human gun is not lucky, but he has special means. Humph. Don't worry, the emperor of our demon clan will come, so what if the human gun finds it in advance? The 5-element god of the demon clan said in a deep voice. Oh! The emperor is coming. Hearing this, the eyes of another 5-element god lit up. Even if it is an invincible strongman in the realm of gods, in front of the emperor, it can only be said that he can barely resist, and it is impossible to be an opponent. Not to mention the difference in strength. The strength of someone like Li Yang is at least hundreds or thousands of times different from that of the emperor. With such a difference in strength, as long as Li Yang's range is determined, Li Yang will definitely not escape. On the other side, Li Yang counted his gains. I killed 3 gods and got 5 more artifacts. Li Yang was happy. More than a month has passed, and the number of alien gods who died in his hands has reached nearly 100, and the artifacts he has obtained have exceeded 200. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 545. Boy Li Yang, what are you going to do with so many artifacts? Han Mo asked. Diamond suit, diamond suit, diamond suit. Li Yang was also a little distressed after hearing Han Mo's words. I don't know. He shook his head. He also felt that it was a waste to put so many artifacts on him. Why don't we go back to the temple and get rid of these artifacts? Li Yang thought to himself. The eternal temple of the human race will definitely recycle the artifacts and then grant corresponding contribution points, which can be used to exchange for other treasures. Huh? Teacher, eternal ancestor summoned me. At this moment, Li Yang suddenly looked at his watch. The eternal ancestor allowed him to enter the virtual world. After looking around, Li Yang quickly found a hidden area and entered. Disciple pays homage to teacher. Deep in the palace, Li Yang looked at the figure in front of him and said with great respect. Li Yang, you have recently adopted the alias human gun, and you have caused quite a stir. The eternal ancestor looked at Li Yang and smiled. How many foreign gods have died in your hands? In the killing battlefield, the name of the human gun was constantly spreading. In this month, not only the aliens, but even the emperors of the human race were discussing who this human gun was. The key is that he killed too many aliens. On the killing battlefield, there were few people as crazy as the human gun. Upon hearing the inquiry from the eternal ancestor, Li Yang said respectfully, there are a total of 101 foreign gods who died in the hands of my disciples, and their strength is all at the level of 3 gods. Within a month, Li Yang naturally met the gods of the 4 series, but he was unable to kill them. The eternal ancestor looked at his disciples. He had killed 101 gods of the 3 series in the world realm alone. If this record was spread, it would definitely cause a huge sensation. You have shown such strong strength, I have thought about it for a while, and I am going to let you join our human race's alliance of gods as a human gun. The eternal ancestor said. Alliance of gods, Li Yang was stunned when he heard this. This was the first time he heard this. Knowing that Li Yang didn't know much about it, the eternal ancestor explained, our human race has many gods. In addition, there are many gods from foreign races that have been united, such as the Xingyu clan, the Thunder Spirit clan, etc. that you entered at the beginning. Li Yang nodded. Although the Xingyu clan and the Thunder Spirit clan are not as strong as the human clan, there are still many powerful people in the god realm. The gods of our human race, as well as the gods of the alien races who have joined forces, have formed an organization, and that is the Alliance of Gods. Only gods with the strength of 3 series or above can join it. Above 3 gods, Li Yang was shocked when he heard this. The 3 series of gods can be called powerful gods. And among the powerful gods in this alliance of gods, the weakest ones are all 3 series gods. One can imagine what a powerful force this is. One of the purposes of forming the alliance of gods is to gather the power of our human race, and another reason is to better control the alien gods who have joined forces with our human race. Only by uniting together, sometimes orders can be given better, especially to the strong aliens. The eternal ancestral path. Li Yang nodded, completely understanding what the eternal ancestor said. There must be a lot of alien races that have united with the human race. They are branched out in the 3,000 star continents of the human race, and many of them are in special secret realms or opened up worlds, which are very scattered. Normally, it would be a little troublesome to mobilize them. However, now that the alliance of gods has been established, in addition to the powerful gods of the human race, these powerful gods of foreign races have to join it. If you need anything like this, you can directly give orders to the alliance of gods. What do you think? Are you willing to join? The eternal ancestor looked at his disciple and asked. Teacher, I am willing to join. Hearing this, Li Yang said respectfully. The eternal ancestor nodded and said, I will construct a completely virtual identity for you. You are originally a disciple of the Fire Emperor. You have been practicing in a secret realm for hundreds of thousands of years. Recently, you have just entered the killing field. Emperor Huolai is also a disciple of the eternal ancestor and the senior brother of Li Yang. You give yourself a name. The human gun is just a code name given by other strong aliens who don't know Li Yang's name. If you want to join the alliance of human gods, you definitely cannot enter with this code name. Li Yang thought for a moment and said, Limu. Good. The eternal ancestor said, from now on, your identity in the alliance of gods will be Limu. When he enters the alliance of gods, other strong men will definitely be able to find out his information. With the arrangements of the eternal ancestor, the identity of Li Yang's human gun Limu will be completely different from Li Yang. Others will never associate him with Li Yang again. Of course, it is difficult to make up a fictional identity. If you want to enter the alliance of gods, you must go through various reviews. But how does the eternal ancestor exist? This is one of the strongest men in mankind. He can easily solve any problem of Li Yang with just one word. The alliance of gods is a special virtual space in the virtual world of our human race. Only those with qualified identities can enter. The eternal ancestor waved his right hand, and then a small light spot appeared, and the light spot came to Li Yang instantly. If you integrate this light spot into your watch, you will be able to learn about the news about the alliance of gods, and you will have permission to enter the alliance of gods space. Yes, teacher. Li Yang nodded, took the light spot, and then directly integrated the light spot into his watch. Suddenly, a strange icon appeared on his watch, and a message was sent at the same time. Limu, welcome to join our human race god alliance, click on the link to enter the alliance space. A message showed that it was Limu's identity. Li Yang was not surprised at this. After arranging for Li Yang to enter the alliance with other identities, the eternal ancestor asked Li Yang about refining the blood of the ancestor dragon, and then asked Li Yang's 13th brother. Teacher, the 13th brother has contacted the disciple, and we can meet in about a month. Li Yang opened his mouth, thought for a while, and then said, Teacher, the disciple killed more than 100 aliens before and obtained more than 200 artifacts. I don't know how to deal with these artifacts for the time being. Hearing what Li Yang said, the eternal ancestor immediately understood Li Yang's plan. You want to go back to the temple and get rid of these artifacts? Yes, teacher, I have this idea. The eternal ancestor said, what are you going to exchange for after you trade the artifacts? Li Yang obviously had an idea, and said respectfully, Teacher, I am going to exchange for resources to cultivate gold-eating insects. I'm going out for a while, I should be back in the afternoon, and I will write the 3rd chapter then. Thanks to 08 for the 100 reward, thank you. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. From the City to the Strongest in the Universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 546. Cultivating gold-eating bugs has always been Li Yang's idea. Gold-eating bugs have extremely strong attack power. Even an ordinary gold-eating bug can bite a divine weapon to pieces. Densely packed gold-eating bugs together, wherever they go, it is estimated that even gods will be left with nothing. I hope readers will remember our domain name Taiwan Novel Network rightward arrow. Whoever can completely cultivate gold-eating bugs will definitely be an invincible strongman in the realm of gods. Even the emperor will feel a little tricky when facing the endless army of gold-eating bugs. And cultivating this kind of creature is actually very difficult, and the resources required are an astronomical number. Just kidding, once cultivated, it will be a gold-eating bug that is the invincible king of the realm of gods. How can it be cultivated so easily? The universe has various limitations. The more powerful the life, the more difficult it is to grow. For example, the fire ghost beast tribe of the natural gods can quickly grow to the god realm, but after reaching the god realm, it is as difficult as ascending to heaven to make further progress. And the powerful gold-eating bugs, as long as they are cultivated, are the invincible gold-eating bugs in the god realm. You can imagine how difficult it is to cultivate them. Before, Li Yang did get a lot of contribution points by passing the 40th step of the God Road, but these contribution points are completely a drop in the bucket in front of cultivating gold-eating bugs. With some of Li Yang's small resources, what level can he cultivate? At most, he can cultivate a few gold-eating bugs at the world level. Speaking of resources, even the invincible level of the God Realm is difficult to really cultivate gold-eating bugs. There is only a very small probability. It is conceivable how difficult it is to cultivate gold-eating bugs. Even with Li Yang's current more than 200 artifacts, the resources traded can only allow some of the gold-eating bugs to be cultivated to the world level. The breeding process of gold-eating worms is very simple. As long as there are resources, the mother gold-eating worm will breed worms, and these worms can be cultivated to the world level. An independent gold-eating worm will go everywhere to plunder resources, breed worms, and then improve the strength of the worms. And this kind of strange life, the more worms with the world level, the higher the probability of breaking through to become a god. A life, using resources to accumulate to the world level, you can imagine how many resources it will consume. And if the gold-eating worm wants to go further, it needs to make all its dense gold-eating worm bodies reach the world level. You can imagine how many resources this requires. It can be said that even many emperors cannot take out these resources. However, Li Yang does not want to cultivate the gold-eating worms completely now, but he can slowly cultivate the gold-eating worm bodies first. You know, an ordinary gold-eating worm can bite the artifact. If there are more than 10, when fighting with other gods, suddenly release the gold-eating worms to bite the opponent's artifact. Once the weapon is damaged, its power is estimated to be reduced suddenly. In this case, it will naturally have an advantage in the battle. This can be used as a trump card for him. For now, the artifacts on Li Yang are really useless. It is best to use them to exchange for resources to cultivate gold-eating insects. Cultivate gold-eating insects. Hearing what Li Yang said, the Eternal Ancestor nodded and said, "You now have 2 holy artifacts. You are not short of weapons. These piled artifacts are used to cultivate gold-eating insects. It is indeed a good choice. Gold-eating insects devouring mineral veins to improve their strength is an option, and the Golden Universe Stone is one of them. There are many ways for gold-eating insects to improve their strength. The most common one is to devour mineral veins, etc., and these mineral veins all contain extremely rich energy and are extremely precious. Even the dragon scale insect stone is a kind of its food. Of course, the dragon scale insect has great benefits for Li Yang's own strength improvement, so he certainly won't take it out for the gold-eating insect to devour. Your 13th senior brother has a lot of golden cosmic stones. When you see your 13th senior brother, give him the artifact and he will give you golden cosmic stones with the same contribution points, said the Eternal Ancestor. Rightward arrow. Hearing this, Li Yang's eyes lit up and he quickly said, "Yes, teacher." Since his 13th senior brother has golden cosmic stones, he doesn't need to come back specially. Well, go ahead and enter the God Alliance first. The Eternal Ancestor said, "Entering the God Alliance means that you are also the backbone of our human race and need to take some responsibility for the race. The 3 series gods, in the human race, are also considered to be of medium strength and are no longer weak. Although his disciple is young, his strength is against the sky. But this is just the beginning. I hope you will work harder and become a real top powerhouse of our human race in the future," said the Eternal Ancestor. Knowing Li Yang's various trump cards, the Eternal Ancestor has high expectations for Li Yang. "Disciple will definitely work hard," Li Yang said respectfully. His eyes were full of determination. Becoming a top-level expert is obviously Li Yang's goal. "Go. Disciple, I'll take my leave." After leaving the palace of the Eternal Ancestor, Li Yang's consciousness did not exit the virtual world, but looked at the watch in his hand. The Alliance of Gods. I wonder what it is like, Li Yang thought secretly in his heart. The human race's territory is too huge. There are 3,000 star continents. Even if the Emperor spends a long time, he can't set foot in many areas. And there are countless top-level experts in the star continent. If nothing unexpected happens, these experts will not meet other experts even once in billions of years. However, the God Alliance has connected many powerful gods from the 3,000 star continents of the human race, so they can be seen at any time. Click to see. Clicking on the special link of the watch, a strange portal suddenly appeared in front of Li Yang. Portal. Li Yang looked at the portal with a little surprise. Lame you, do you want to enter the God Alliance space? After the portal appeared, a voice sounded in Li Yang's mind. Enter, Li Yang said directly without hesitation. He took a step forward, and then the portal disappeared, taking Li Yang's figure with him. Li Yang only felt that his figure changed and appeared again, directly appearing in an empty area. In this area, there are still many people walking around. Hey, a new person has appeared. Who is this? His face looks so strange. There was a message just now from the God Alliance space, saying that Lame Yu is welcome to join the God Alliance. This strong man is called Lame Yu. I have never heard of this name. I have never heard of it either. Those who can enter the God Alliance space are at least 3 series gods. Those with such strength basically have a certain reputation. I have never heard of or seen them. The appearance of Li Yang obviously caused a stir around him, and many people looked at him. Thanks to Banzhengliang Daoshang for the 1,500 reward, and 08 for the 100 reward. Thank you. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, Ji Difeng Ren. Chapter 547. In the God Alliance, everyone looked at Li Yang. While they were looking at Li Yang was also looking at the people around him. Among the people in front of him, there were 5 human race masters, and the other 20 or so people all had alien faces. There are so many alien gods, Li Yang was a little surprised. But after thinking about it, Li Yang understood. It seems that there are many vassal aliens under the command of the human race, or many aliens in alliance. Comparing the gods and masters individually, naturally the human race has more. However, these alien races win in numbers. For example, the human race and the Kongli Jiaolong tribe, the human race has 2 founding ancestors, and there are at least dozens of masters at the master level. In terms of the number of masters, the human race is definitely far more than the Kongli Jiaolong tribe. However, the Kongli Jiaolong tribe has several masters. If 10 tribes comparable to the Kongli Jiaolong tribe unite, the number of masters will reach dozens. If there are a few more tribes, the number of masters of these united tribes will definitely exceed that of the human race. Similarly, the human race has more vassal tribes and allied alien tribes. Any of these tribes is like an ant in front of the human race, but in real comparison, these tribes have more 3 series gods than the human race. Just as Li Yang was thinking, another voice came from the surrounding area, saying, I know who he is. Is this the human gun that has made a huge noise recently? Li Yang made such a big noise before, his appearance must have spread out and was recognized by the people in front of him. Human gun. The gun that killed hundreds of aliens. No wonder I didn't recognize it. It turns out that the original name of this human gun is Lame Yu. I checked it out. Lame Yu is the disciple of Emperor Huili. He has been practicing in the ruins for hundreds of thousands of years. He just entered the killing battlefield. It turned out to be Emperor Huili. Emperor Huili is the disciple of the eternal ancestor, and he is also the top emperor of our human race. Many people don't know Li Yang, but when they heard the human gun mentioned by that person, they knew who it was at once. Before, they had discussed human guns in the God Alliance space. Lame Yu, hello, my name is Han Yu. Lame Yu, I heard that you killed a large number of alien gods in the Lianyu Mountains area before. I admire you very much. Lame you. After recognizing Li Yang, a group of people came forward, all smiling and introducing themselves, very enthusiastic. Just kidding, this Lame you is a 4-element god, and relying on treasures, he can barely exert the strength of a 5-element god. Most of the people present are 3-element gods, and they are not Li Yang's opponents. Hello, Li Yang looked at everyone and smiled. Haha, Lame you are from the Fire Blue Star continent, and I am also from the Fire Blue Star continent. It's a pity that I didn't have the opportunity to meet before. A burly man with black secret patterns on his face smiled and said, very enthusiastic. This is your first time entering the God Alliance. I will take you to see other areas here. The man obviously wanted to make friends with Li Yang, and walked to the front. As for the gods around him, none of them grabbed the opportunity to show off. In the same star continent, the relationship between each other is naturally much closer than other gods. Moreover, the burly man is stronger than them. Li Yang looked at the burly man, smiled and nodded, and said, okay, thank you for your trouble. He really wanted to learn more about the God Alliance now. Rightward arrow. Haha, no trouble, the burly man laughed. His name is Kuei Yan, a powerful 4-element god. Next, Kuei Yan took Li Yang to get familiar with it, and Li Yang continued to learn about the God Alliance. Residential area, trading area, etc., and even bounty area. The entire God Alliance space is like a huge city. In the city, there are various palaces for living and various things for sale. Lame you, many people in our God Alliance are tempered in the killing battlefield. Sometimes they get treasures on their bodies, but they don't need them, so they will take them out to see if others need them and can trade. In the distance, many gods were trading, Kuei Yan said with a smile. It would undoubtedly take a long time to return from the killing battlefield, so if the human race strongmen were close, they would trade in the killing battlefield, which would undoubtedly be much faster. In addition, if the things were traded to the human race's eternal temple, the temple would definitely charge a certain fee. If the two strong men traded on their own, wouldn't the fee be saved? Li Yang nodded, looking at ordinary artifacts, medium artifacts, and even Li Yang saw a high-level artifact transaction. There are also high-level artifact transactions. Li Yang was slightly surprised. You know, apart from the top artifacts, high-level artifacts are the strongest. Li Yang killed more than 100 alien gods, most of which were ordinary artifacts and medium-level artifacts. As for high-level artifacts, there were only 4, which shows how rare they are. In addition to artifacts, there are also various spiritual fruits, herbs, etc., all of which have special functions. There are really a lot of treasures, Li Yang sighed. Just taking the artifacts as an example, artifacts are actually quite rare in the outside world. He has such strong strength, and with the help of Soul Ink, he has a god's perspective, so he can kill recklessly and get a large number of artifacts in a short period of time. It is almost impossible for other gods to copy his path. Looking around, Li Yang has obviously reached a new level as his strength increases. The weakest of the people who keep coming and going around is a 3-series god. After walking around for a while, Li Yang also learned a lot about the alliance of gods. He couldn't help but ask through a voice message, Kuei-yin, I would like to ask, how many foreign gods are there in this alliance of gods? Along the way, Li Yang saw many alien gods, the number of which was estimated to be several times that of humans. Hearing Li Yang's inquiry, Kuang Guo smiled and said, in the alliance of gods, the foreign gods are 7 times as many as our human race. 7 times, hearing this, Li Yang was shocked. The difference in number was really huge. Haha, lame you, no matter how big the difference in numbers is, in the alliance of gods, these foreign gods don't dare to act arrogantly in front of us humans. There was a look of pride on Kuei Yan's face. Li Yang looked around and saw that the human gods were walking in the city. They seemed to have a higher status. When they encountered a road, those alien gods would take the initiative to give way and let the human gods pass first. We, the human race, protect these alien races, and they only need to be grateful. When we encounter any ruins, etc., our senior human race orders are issued for members of our alliance of gods to explore. The gods of these alien races will also stay in front and clear the way for us. Kuei Yan was talking, and there was obvious pride in his heart. So what if the quantity is large? These alien gods serve the human race. Li Mu, when you entered the alliance of gods this time, did you feel that everyone was very enthusiastic? Kuei Yan smiled and said, that's because you are a human being. If other three-line alien gods enter the alliance of gods, their welcome will definitely be greatly reduced. He said it without any hesitation. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, Ji Difeng Ren. Chapter 548. Hearing Kuei Yan's words, Li Yang smiled and said nothing. As his strength grows stronger, he also understands the universe more and more, and the more he understands people who are not my own race, his mind must be different. Those alien races also chose to rely on the human race because they were weak and unable to gain a foothold in the universe. Historically, there have been many instances of rebellion by dependent ethnic groups. At all times, one must remain vigilant against foreigners. As he was talking, the surroundings suddenly seemed to quiet down. Li Yang looked around and saw that almost all the people around him were looking at one place. Following everyone's gaze, Li Yang also looked. There was a young man there who looked very young. The young man had an ordinary face and would be inconspicuous wherever he was placed. But at this time, that ordinary figure attracted a lot of attention. When he saw that figure, Li Yang was stunned for a moment. Hongsu. Is Hongsu also in this alliance of gods? It's Hongsu. The most heaven-defying genius in our human race at this stage. After practicing for 100 years, he can easily defeat the three gods. During this period, the Demon Clan and many other ethnic groups have been encircling and suppressing Hongsu. Hongsu's hiding ability is very strong, and the Demon Clan and other groups have never discovered it. It would be better not to be discovered. With Hongsu's talent, he will definitely become the top powerhouse of our human race in the future. Yes, the talent is too strong. Li Yang, who was tied with Huangsu before, has disappeared now. I don't know what the situation is. Maybe Li Yang is very powerful now. It's impossible. No matter how strong Li Yang is, he can't compare to Hongsu. It's only been a dozen years. It's already a miracle that Hongsu has the strength he has now. Can Li Yang achieve it? Yes, I don't think it's possible either. I have always thought Li Yang was very powerful. He was even accepted as a disciple by the eternal ancestor before, but now there is no movement. Yes, Hongsu entered the alliance of God's space a year ago, and Li Yang doesn't even know where he is now. Discussions continued, and then one by one the gods walked directly to Hongsu. Discuss me. Li Yang listened to the many discussions around him and muttered secretly in his heart. He listened to everyone discussing his identity in another identity, which felt a bit strange. Seeing that Li Yang had been paying attention to Hongsu, Kuei Yan smiled and said, Li Mu, you should know Hongsu, right? I know. Li Yang nodded. Kuei Yan sighed, this Hongsu is so perverted. He is now in the world realm, and it has only been more than 10 years since he broke through to the world realm. He can easily defeat the gods of the three systems. This is simply a miracle. When Hongsu's strength broke out, I don't know how much shock it caused. Seeing how the monster clan and other groups frantically sent out strong men, and even sent gods from the 5 elements to encircle and suppress Hongsu, you can see the shock Hongsu had caused before. Alas, I was actually more optimistic about Li Yang, another genius of our human race. His progress was faster than that of Huangsu, and he was even accepted as a disciple by the eternal ancestor. For this reason, I even made a bet with others, thinking that Li Yang would definitely surpass Hongsu. Now it seems that I will lose. Kuei Yan shook his head and said helplessly. Hearing this, Li Yang suddenly laughed and said, Kuei Yan, are you so sure you will lose? He knew that many strong men in the human race were betting on him and Hongsu. Li Mu, you don't understand. Kuei Yan shook his head and said, in the decades in the Star-Lord realm, Li Yang's progress has indeed exceeded that of Hongsu, but it is only 2 or 3 times faster at most. In the past 10 years in the world realm, Hongsu has easily defeated 3. The strength of the gods shows that in just a dozen years, Hongsu's original progress speed has increased by at least 100 times. This is simply a miracle in the universe. Do you think Li Yang can suddenly increase his progress speed by 100 times? After breaking through to the world realm, Hongsu's progress speed instantly reached a big level. What is the concept of being hundreds of times faster than before? Is it such a coincidence that Li Yang's progress has suddenly reached a big level? This probability is too low. Now, the strong people of the human race generally believe that Hongsu is already far ahead of Li Yang. After Kuei Yan finished speaking, Li Yang nodded with deep satisfaction and said, it's very difficult. So I say, Hongsu basically wins. Kuei Yan shook his head and said helplessly. After saying that, he added, of course, when you practice a discipline, you not only look at the speed of progress, but also at the final achievement. I'm still very optimistic about Li Yang. Li Yang may become a strong man in the future, but at most he will progress more slowly than Hongsu. I don't know how many geniuses made rapid progress in the early stage, but were trapped in a bottleneck for countless years, and finally disappeared from everyone. Those who progress slowly later may catch up slowly. Li Yang smiled and said nothing. He is so powerful now, if his identity is exposed, the alien race will probably go even crazier. Hongsu was obviously very dazzling at this time, but in Li Yang's view, what was the use of being dazzling? Practicing silently is the way to go. Withdrawing his gaze, Li Yang continued to wander around the Alliance of Gods space. At this time, he came to a trading stall. When he came here, Li Yang's eyes narrowed slightly. In front of the stall, he saw a black bead. This is... Li Yang's heart moved. Before, he got a strange treasure, which contained many emperor-level corpses. The artifacts of these fallen emperors were all broken, but Li Yang found a total of 5 treasures on these emperors that were not damaged and were in a complete state. One was the spirit pool token of the Lei Ling clan. When Li Yang entered the Lei Ling clan with the token, it also caused a huge shock to the Lei Ling clan. One was the token of the super inheritance land, and it was a second-tier red token. Li Yang stayed in the super inheritance land for 10 years, and his laws improved a lot. And he also got a holy weapon that was no less than the Suanmi gun. In addition to these 2 treasures, Li Yang also got 3 treasures. These 3 treasures are a white bead, a purple crystal, and the last one is a small tower-shaped thing. At this time, the black bead that appeared in front of Li Yang was exactly the same as the white bead in appearance, but the color was different. There are secret patterns inside the black bead, and this white bead also has it. If combined, it seems to be a complete one, Li Yang thought for a while. Needless to say, the white bead in front of him must be related to the black bead on his body. Thinking in his heart, Li Yang took a step forward. Ask for a high-level artifact. Li Yang looked at the price. The owner of the stall wanted to trade a high-level artifact with a white bead. Hello, what is the origin of this white bead? Is the bid a bit high? Li Yang looked at the stall owner and asked directly. The stall owner glanced at Li Yang and said calmly, the price is not high, because this white bead involves a big treasure. A little stuck, revised, that's all for today. I will sort out the plot to make the plot exciting. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, G. Difeng Ren. Chapter 549. Big Treasure. Li Yang's heart moved when he heard the words of the stall owner in front of him. However, his face remained calm and he asked, "What treasure?" "Limu, are you interested in reading these black beads?" Kuei Yan said with a smile next to Li Yang. He looked at the owner of the stall and said, "Shui Han, let me introduce to you. This is Limu, the human gun that was rumored before." He obviously knew the owner of the stall. Taiwan Novel Network Rightward Arrow. In fact, this is normal. They are all in the alliance of God's space. Even if they are not familiar with each other, at least they know each other's name. A human gun? A human gun that kills hundreds of aliens. The god Shui Han had been selling things just now and obviously didn't recognize Li Yang. When he heard the name, his expression changed slightly. In a short period of time, hundreds of alien gods of the 3 series died at the hands of human guns, of course he knew. And the strong man who caused such a commotion before was right in front of him. Knowing Li Yang's identity, Shui Han quickly said, "Hello, Lei Mu." Hello. Li Yang smiled and nodded. "Haha, Shui Han, you have been selling your beads for a while, but they haven't been sold yet. Now that Lei Mu has an idea, I think you can just lower the price," Kuei Yan said. Hearing Kuei Yan's words, Li Yang asked curiously, "Kuei Yan, do you also know the origin of these black beads?" Kuei Yan nodded and said, "I know." He sorted out his thoughts and said, "Limu, there used to be an invincible powerhouse in the realm of gods on the killing battlefield, named He Is Who. This Black Joe was very powerful, and he had various methods in endlessly. Even other gods in the realm invincible level experts have suffered losses at his hands. Have other powerful people at the invincible level of the gods suffered losses?" Hearing this, Li Yang was a little surprised. Invincible in the realm of gods is already at the top of the gods. Logically speaking, no one can do anything to anyone, but this black universe can make a strong person of the same strength suffer, which is really not small. Thinking in his heart, Li Yang did not speak and listened quietly. This He Is Who continued to hone himself on the killing battlefield, and then broke through to the emperor level. Many gods are training on the killing battlefield, and their biggest goal is to become an emperor. There is no ethnic group behind this black universe. After he became the emperor, he kept all the things he didn't need and put them in a special place. He also specially spread the word, who can find the treasure he left behind? You can get what's inside. Kuei Yan sighed, there are many treasures left behind by a strong man who gave other invincible level masters in the divine realm a headache. After He Is Whose words came out, I don't know how many people went to look for them. Even the emperor was dispatched. But none of them were accounted for. Even the emperor would be moved by the things Heijo left behind. Diamond suit, diamond suit. After saying that, Kuei Yan pointed to the black bead in front of Shui Han and said, "It is rumored that this black bead is one of the keys to finding the black universe treasure. However, except that it is difficult to destroy, this black bead is basically useless. I don't know how many gods have used this black bead to search for the black universe treasure, but they have found nothing. They can't find it." Naturally, the black bead was sold at a high price. In this way, one by one the gods searched for it, and now it fell into Shui Han's possession. In hand. So that's it. After hearing what Kuei Yan said, Li Yang nodded and finally understood what Shui Han meant by the treasure. When Kuei Yan finished speaking, Shui Han quickly said, "Kuei Yan, these black beads must be useful, but we have no chance to discover them." He used this black bead to search for the black universe treasure. After searching for tens of thousands of years, he found nothing, so he had to give up. After giving up, he naturally wanted to trade black beads for artifacts that were useful to him. Now that Kuei Yan said that the black beads were useless, he was naturally unhappy. Kuei Yan smiled and said, Shui Han, we all know whether these black beads are useful or not. Shui Han insisted, when I got this black bead, I spent a high-level artifact to get it. I won't sell it for less than this price. He had already wasted so much time searching for it for tens of thousands of years, and he didn't want to trade it out at a loss. Li Yang was watching, his eyes looking at the black beads. Can I pick it up and take a look? Li Yang asked, looking at Shui Han. Okay, Shui Han nodded. This is a virtual world, and he is not worried about Li Yang snatching it from him. The black bead was held in Li Yang's hand, and Li Yang looked carefully at the pattern on it. This pattern really matches the pattern of the white beads on my body perfectly. Li Yang said silently in his heart, the black beads are one of the clues to find the treasure of the black universe. The white beads on my body are so similar to the black beads, they should be clues. Combining the two, there may be some secrets. He looked at it and said directly, Shui Han, I want these black beads. Next to Li Yang, Kuei Yan glanced at Li Yang in surprise and said, Limu, are you really interested in these black beads? So many gods have tried to search for it, but have found nothing. Many people have actually given up on the idea of searching for the black universe treasure. Therefore, everyone knows that the black beads are related to the black universe treasure, but Shui Han has been selling it for so long, and still no one cares about it. It's a high-level artifact. Who would be willing to exchange it for this useless bead? Well, I'm a bit interested, Li Yang smiled. Seeing that Li Yang was ready to buy it, Shui Han was afraid that he would regret it, so he hurriedly said, Okay, Limu, let's agree on a place to trade. His eyes were full of joy, and he was not worried at all that Li Yang could not produce a high-level artifact. Are you kidding? After killing more than 100 alien gods of 3 series, there would be no extra high-level artifacts? Li Yang nodded and agreed on a place with Shui Han. They are all human, so you don't have to worry about Shui Han leaking his whereabouts or anything. In addition, his biggest trump card is still Soul Ink. With Soul Ink detection, the aliens can't catch him at all. Seeing that Li Yang and Shui Han had discussed it, Kuei Yan had to say nothing more. He sighed in his heart, this Limu is really rich. A high-level artifact, if it were him, he would definitely not be willing to take it out. But thinking of Li Yang's previous record, he didn't find it strange. Kuei Yan, I have something else to do, so I'll leave first. After that, Li Yang stayed in the God Alliance for a while, and didn't plan to stay any longer. Haha, Limu, you're busy, Kuei Yan said hurriedly. In a hidden area of the killing battlefield, Li Yang stood silently. I didn't expect that joining the God Alliance would bring me extra benefits at this time, Li Yang showed a smile on his face. Shui Han is a 3 series god, and the area he has traveled in is roughly the same as Li Yang, so the distance is not far, and he can arrive in about 10 days. Shui Han is also afraid that Li Yang will regret it, so he will rush over at full speed. From the city to the strongest in the universe. Author, Ji Difeng Ren. Chapter 550. I wonder what secrets the white and black beads contain, a hint of anticipation flashed in Li Yang's eyes. But after just a little thought, he put the idea away completely. Now is not the time to rush to trade, Li Yang has other things to do. Next, while waiting for Shui Han to arrive, continue to hunt alien gods. Li Yang's eyes flashed with light. The killing battlefield is very large, and the distance between each god is actually very far. I don't know how long it will take to meet one. Under normal circumstances, it is rare for Li Yang to meet 10 alien gods in a month. But here, he killed more than 100 gods in a month. It is precisely because of Hongsu that many alien gods gather here, resulting in a huge increase in number. And these numerous alien gods have become Li Yang's resource library, constantly collecting artifacts. Brother 13 will also arrive in a month. If I kill more alien gods and get more artifacts now, I can get more golden cosmic stones. Golden cosmic stones are resources for cultivating gold-eating insects. Li Yang's 13th brother may have a lot of them. However, Li Yang will only give him as many golden cosmic stones as he has artifacts. It is impossible to give more. Hun Mo, I am going to continue hunting alien gods. Please help me pay attention to the movements around me. Thinking in his heart, Li Yang said directly. Oh? Do you have a way to deal with the more than 200 artifacts? Hearing Li Yang's words, Hun Mo asked. Earlier, he and Li Yang talked about how to deal with more than 200 artifacts. Then Li Yang entered the virtual world to meet the eternal ancestor, and then entered the God Alliance space. Diamond suit, diamond suit, diamond suit. Hun Mo didn't know these things at all. Well, the eternal ancestor teacher said. Li Yang nodded and quickly told the story again. He smiled and said, I will now hunt more alien gods, get more artifacts, and then get more golden universe stones from senior brother 13 to cultivate gold-eating bugs. The gold-eating bug is like a bottomless pit. The more than 200 artifacts that Li Yang got are estimated to be less than 1% of the resources of the gold-eating bug. So that's how it is. Hun Mo nodded. In such a short time, so many things happened to Li Yang. Don't worry, just focus on your training. After agreeing with Hun Mo, Li Yang was no longer worried. Let's go. Swoosh. His figure swept and flew away quickly. Next, Li Yang started killing again. On the first day, he hunted 3 alien gods. On the second day, he killed 4. On the third day, he killed 3. As time passed, Li Yang completely turned into an alien killing machine. It's the human Lemieux. Run away. Damn human. Before, Li Yang had always been called the human gun, and his name Lemieux was also spread a few days ago, and the aliens also knew the real name of the human gun. The alien gods cursed and were terrified, but they still couldn't change the outcome. 10 days passed in a flash, and the number of alien gods who died in Li Yang's hands accumulated to 28. This is a huge undulating mountain range. The entire mountain range looks dilapidated and has many traces of battles. I don't know when, this mountain range was completely destroyed by the battle. At this time, a man with green secret patterns on his face was waiting in a mountain range. Rightward arrow. Swoosh. In the distance, a figure flew quickly. Seeing this figure, the man with green secret patterns immediately stepped forward and said with a smile, Lemieux. Shui Han. Looking at the man with green secret patterns, Li Yang also smiled. 10 days have passed, and Shui Han finally came here, and this remote place is the place where they agreed to trade. Lemieux, this is the black bead you want. Shui Han didn't waste words. He waved his right hand and a black bead appeared, coming directly in front of Li Yang. At this time, Shui Han looked at Li Yang, with a trace of awe in his eyes. In just 10 days, news about Li Yang killing alien gods continued to come, and more than 23 series gods died in Li Yang's hands. He was just a 3 series god, how could he not be in awe? I don't know what Shui Han thinks. At this time, Li Yang's focus is obviously on the bead in front of him. Buzz. When the black bead came in front of Li Yang, the white bead in his space ring began to fluctuate violently. Sure enough. Li Yang's heart moved slightly, and there was obviously a great connection between the 2 beads. However, Li Yang's face was calm. He waved his right hand and a black armor suddenly appeared. Shui Han, this is the high-level artifact armor you want, Li Yang said. Taking the armor, Shui Han's face was full of joy. Haha, Lemieux, thank you. Li Yang smiled and said, we just take what we need. The two chatted for a few more sentences. Shui Han obviously didn't want to stay any longer. He looked at Li Yang and said, Lemieux, since the deal is done, I'll leave first. Well, take care, Li Yang smiled. He watched Shui Han leave, and waited for Shui Han to completely disappear from the detection range. Li Yang waved his right hand and took out a white bead directly. A shadow appeared in front of him. It was Han Mo. Han Mo also looked at the bead and asked, "Li Yang, is this the black bead you mentioned that is related to the Black Universe Treasure Land?" Li Yang nodded and said, "Yes." His eyes were full of expectation, and he kept staring at the two beads to see what changes would happen to them. As for Han Mo, he just asked a question and then lost interest. What kind of existence is he? He has no interest in the opportunity place left by a god. Even if it is a treasure left by the emperor, he may not be interested. He is not interested, but Li Yang is very interested. A powerful person at the invincible level of the god, at the same level as his teacher, the master of Daolu. What would be in the treasure place left by such a powerful person? Buzz. Two beads appeared and actually floated directly in front of Li Yang, constantly flowing. As they rotated, the patterns in the two beads slowly emerged, and many patterns dispersed and reorganized from each other, and then formed a map, which showed a plane. This map clearly showed a place of killing battlefield. What is this place? Li Yang frowned slightly. The killing battlefield is so huge that even if one explores for billions of years, it is difficult to set foot everywhere. With just a map, Li Yang has no idea where it is. Not to mention it is a plane. The entire killing battlefield is full of planes. Just as Li Yang was thinking, there was another wave of fluctuations on the map in front of him. This wave was sensed by Li Yang, and then he actually sensed a place in the distance. Is that the place where the treasures left by Heizhou? After sensing it, Li Yang's eyes lit up.